There is a story. Anytime I think of it, I almost shed tears. I almost shed tears. And that is the story of Rustum and Zoreb. Rustum and Zoreb. Once upon a time, there was a great warrior that was called Rustum. In the old Persian Empire, he conquered, and his name was heard all over the world. No power, no champion could ever withstand him. He has a horse they call Lukash, a wonderful horse. That horse has an instinct. Wherever the enemies are, he will know. When they are coming, he will know. He will make a wild noise, and Rustum will get alerted to ready for war. So Rustum was feared by other great warriors. And as an adventurer, he does not stay in a place. He moved from place to place. One day he was going, and where he went, night met him there. So he decided to take his rest in an open field. As he was relaxing there in the forest, he didn't know that the villagers, they knew that Rustum was there. They alerted the king. The king was happy that the great warrior Rustum was in his kingdom. He came with his ships, and the horse alerted Rustum, and Rustum got set for alert. Then the king, they all start proclaiming, we are for peace, we are for peace, we come for peace. Then Rustum welcomed them. They told Rustum, we are happy to see you, the great warrior. We want you to be with us. We want to entertain you. We want, in fact, to make you happy. We are happy seeing you. So they took Rustum, went to their kingdom, and a great feast was held for him. People came from other kingdoms because of Rustum to see him, the great warrior. And that day was a wonderful day for Rustum. But while the feast was going on, the king has a daughter, the princess. As the princess appeared, Rustum had never seen a lady as beautiful as this lady, glittering like the sun. Rustum stood gazing at this lady, and this lady stood gazing at Rustum, seeing the great warrior she has heard. And the king noticed that both of them loved themselves. And the king told Rustum, I will be pleased. It will be a honor for me to give my daughter to you for wife. Then Rustum accepted because he loved the lady. And a marriage was conducted for them that day. A great marriage was conducted. A splendorous marriage was conducted. And after the marriage, Rustum was there with his wife for some days. But he could not stay as an adventurer. He could not stay in a place. He told his wife that he has to go. They escorted him, prepared things for him, and they have to escort him to a place. He bid them goodbye. Rustum went. The wife became pregnant and gave birth to a son, and they called his name Zoreb. The boy grew. As the boy grew to be a champion, nobody could withstand him. At the age of 12, he has started doing wonders. Everybody was wondering about this young boy, Zoreb. The mother now sent a message. When this boy was born, the mother was afraid to tell Rustum that she has given birth to a son. She said, if I tell him that he has given birth to a son, he will come and carry this boy, and I will never see him again. So she sent messengers to Rustum that they should tell him that she has given birth to a girl. So when the messengers got to Rustum, Rustum was happy that the wife has given birth to a girl. He now gave a necklace, took a necklace from his neck and gave it to the messengers that please give my wife this necklace and let her put it on the neck of my daughter. So the wife did that. Zoreb grew to be a great champion. At the age of 20, he told his mother that he's going to look for his father. The mother prepared a wonderful horse for him, a dancing horse, a wonderful horse, and gave him a sword, a great sword. Then Zoreb bid his mother goodbye. I'm going to look for my father. He went and joined the army. They went to different places, fought battles. But he could not see his father. No champion was able to withstand him. He conquered. A time came, he said, I have gone far. I have never seen my father. What I will do is to go on a single combat. So anywhere he went, he would say, bring me your champion. Many champions came, but they could not withstand Zoreb. Rustum at this time, he has retired because he has fought battles. He has now residing in a very great mountain. He now started residing in a very great mountain. When he was there, he heard about Zoreb. He said, oh, how I wish that this boy is my son. How I wish that this boy is my son. Zoreb, I've heard about him. So Zoreb went to places, conquered. He could not see father, and that became his problem. Is my father still alive? Is my father still alive? Is my father still alive? Then there was a great war that was about to take place, and Zoreb was the champion. The king of that kingdom, after seeing that it was Zoreb, they were all afraid. How can we stand this boy? Who can stand before this boy? Then one man, an elderly man, arose. He said, there's only one person that can withstand this boy. There's only one man that can withstand this boy, and his name is Rustum. But they said, we have heard about Rustum, but we don't know where he is now. The man said, I will look for him. I will look for the great Rustum. So the man went and started looking for Rustum, and found Rustum in the mountain, and told Rustum about the war, about Zoreb. Rustum said, yes, I have heard about Zoreb. I have heard about Zoreb. How I wish he's my son. How I wish he's my son. They begged him. They said, please, it's only you that can deliver us from the hands of Zoreb. After much appeal, Rustum decided to go for the war. He said to go for the war. And the war now is going to be on a single combat. When Rustum came to the battlefield, Zoreb could not sleep, because he was thinking, how can I see my father? How can I see my father? How can I see my father? But when the war about to take place, as he looked, he saw a man coming. A man he had never seen all the days of his life. A man he had never beheld with his two eyes. Coming, galloping down with a wonderful horse. He said, this must be my father. This must be my father. He ran to meet him. He ran to meet Rustum. He said, are you Rustum? Are you Rustum? Are you Rustum? Rustum said, thinking that he want to show up, that he has stood before the great Rustum to challenge him in a single combat. He said, what do you want to do with Rustum? What do you want to do with Rustum? As he said, what do you want to do with Rustum? He released his spear at Zoreb. As he released it, Zoreb had dodged it. And nobody had done that to Zoreb. He dodged it and retaliated with his own. As he retaliated with his own, the battle began. They fought, displaying skills and tactics in the admiration of all the armies. All the armies stood in awe, watching these two great champions, displaying their skills. They fought with different styles. They fought. The Zoreb, with an acrobatic display. He lifted up himself, and with a great stroke with his sword, he gave Rustum on the head. A severe stroke on the head. Then because of the helmet that Rustum put on, the steel helmet, the sword breaks into two. When it breaks into two, Rustum seeing that this is an opportunity he can never miss. He shouted, Rustum! He shouted his name, Rustum! Zoreb, hearing the name of his father, whom he has sworn, he has looked for all over the world. In fact, he released the shield on his hand, dropped the shield. And as he dropped the shield, Rustum with his stroke, with his spear, and speared him on the stomach. And he came down the other side. Rustum said, yes, you thought of killing the great Persian lord today, but you yourself lie killed. You yourself lie killed. Zoreb said, Rustum it was that killed me. Rustum it was that killed me. It was that name you called that made me to drop my shield, which I would have used to defend myself. And he said, listen to me, you old man. My father Rustum, whom I have sworn all over the world, will look for you and kill you. Rustum said, no, the great warrior, the great Rustum hasn't got a son. The great Rustum having got a son is a daughter, which is by her mother's side. Zure said, no, it's a son. It's a son. He now tore his shirt, and brought the necklace that the mother gave to him. And when Rustum saw his necklace that he gave to the wife, to give to the child, Rustum shouted with a bitter cry, Zoreb, my son, Zoreb, my son, Zoreb, my son. He now took his sword, want to strike himself, want to kill. Zoreb held his hand, and Zoreb told him, no, no, my father, don't do that, don't do that. I have sought for you. I have looked for you all over the world. I didn't see you. I'm happy seeing you today. I'm happy seeing you today, even at the time of my death. Even at the time of my death. Rukash, seeing the father crying and see the son crying, he started crying. He started crying. Zoreb said, this is Rukash, wonderful horse. My mother have told me of you. My mother have told me of you. But all of them started crying. He told Rustum, tell my mother goodbye. I'm happy seeing you. I'm happy seeing you, my father. I'm happy seeing you, my father. Tell my mother goodbye. Tell my mother goodbye. Tell my mother goodbye. Then he gave up the ghost. In that evening, the twilight of that evening was a day of sadness and pain to all the armies. All of them were there shedding tears, crying. And they left to their various camp in pain and in sorrow. This was how the great war ended. Zoreb, Rustum, and the horse were there in that twilight of the night. And the war ended in pain. Who is to be blamed? Who is to be blamed? Who is to be blamed? My viewer, I asked you, who is to be blamed? I remain your pastor, Pastor Felix Ugaba. Please join me in my holiness and righteousness page. Join my holiness and righteousness page and join me. And as you do that, God will richly bless you in Jesus' name.